So you just got in your truck. You've gone through school, and you've passed you've passed through school, and you passed your pre-trip, you passed your road test, your backing. Now you done got on your mentor's truck, and you've gone through the training process that your company requires. Whether that's 4 weeks, 3 months, like with a Prime, or 7 to 11 days, which is the garbage training that Trans Am offers. But you're on your truck. You're in your space. The excitement is here, or has came. You've loaded up your truck. You're you know what I'm saying, you're in your sanctuary. You about to start making money for your family. You about to start the first steps of changing your financial situation. It's just exhilarating. And then your dispatcher sends you that first load. Whoa, hold on now, wait a minute. So you just gonna give me this whole load to myself? Pause. Like, whoa, wait. You know what I'm saying? So now the panic sets in. The real world comes crumbling down on your fantasy of whatever you was going through when you got the excitement of getting in your truck. Now it's business time. Now it's time to go get money, you know what I'm saying? But now it's time to work to go get money. Because when you was on your trainer's truck, everything was kind of just being spoon-fed to you. I mean, you made towards the end of your training, you kind of got, the leash was lessened. They lessened the leash. I guess that's the right way of saying that. But you were still under supervision. It was still someone there, hopefully, if they're the right mentor, to where you were doing something wrong. They either corrected you from doing it wrong in the early stages, or at the end, towards the end stages, they let you do it wrong, let you see what happens when you do it wrong, and then show you how to correct it, and then show you how to originally do it so you wouldn't have to correct it. Again, that's good mentors. Now, everybody isn't a good mentor, so depending on your mentor situation, you may be more prepared than others. But back to the point at hand, you're nervous, you're sitting there, and it's just like, okay, do I get a trailer? Well, what trailer do I get? Now you got to find your trailer number. You got to look, man. I say all this to say, relax. What Aaron Rodgers say? RELAX. Relax. You're gonna be okay. All right. You're a rookie. Understand that you're a rookie. Understand that this is your first load. This is your first. You're not going to be perfect. Okay. Most companies, I know here at Swift, your first dispatcher for, I believe, the first 90 days isn't even going to be the dispatcher that you're going to originally have. It's the dispatcher that works with you throughout your first 90 days to help you transition into being on your own. Okay? You know, whether you're dry van, reefer, flatbed, whatever, your situation, it's all about learning the system. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Hopefully, you've had a mentor, and you have a mentor who has given you their number. You guys have become friends. I don't know who came up with this thing that mentors and students shouldn't be friends. I'm cool with every mentor every student that I pass. Now, as far as my mentors, I'm still cool with the guy from Abilene. Can't think of his name right now. That kind of goes against the Frank. If you watching this, holler at me. Nah, but Frank was cool. The one at Trans Am, we all know what happened to him. So yeah, but yeah, man. I think that in trucking we always talk about, getting in here and getting his money, and we just always fast forward through that first year. At least I don't see maybe because as us as YouTube truckers or truckers on YouTube, we are past that phase, so we kind of don't really touch on it as much. But we sometimes forget that we got a lot of people who are coming into this industry and are watching these videos. So I just kind of want to reach back to them and let them know, man, like, the schooling, cool, the training process, cool, but when you get on that truck by yourself, just relax. Remember your training. Call your dispatcher. Use your Qualcomm. Call your mentor. Do not get out here and rush. Do not get out here and get frustrated. There's nothing more dangerous than a distracted driver and a frustrated driver. You're distracted because you may not be on your phone, but in your head you're thinking about too many things. And you may be watching the road, but you ain't studying the road like you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That'll make more sense as you start to drive more. It's one thing to just drive, and you can do that shit in your car. Just you're driving home from work, after a long day, and you just like you zoned out, but you are in control enough to keep the car in the straight line at the speed limit that you choose to go. In a truck, you can never be doing that. Never. You have to be scanning side to side, mirrors, watching your gauges. It becomes more natural, but you're not used to doing these things, so it seems overwhelming, which frustrates you at times. Relax. Take your time. That's why a lot of times with the newer truck drivers, you are driving at a slower speed to be able to process things more. This is why these companies govern you at 62 or 65 or 63 or some even 60. Because they know that you aren't capable of computing all this information on the road as fast as the normal driver. That's why when you start seeing companies, some companies who require a year to 2 to 3 years experience, they bump their drivers up to 68, 70, 75. Because their drivers have been driving long enough, they know how to compute the information on the road, so they can go at a faster speed and still see everything, even at that faster speed. So while you sitting here complaining, oh, I can only do 62. Hey man, maybe that's what's best for you. You don't need to be doing 70 right now. You don't know how to fuck to drive the truck on your own. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think of things as I've been taught. You have to think of things from not just your perspective, but from the perspective of the person that owns that truck, and the safety risks that come with them putting you. Even though you've just got done training, you're still brand new to the road, to the industry, everything. But just relax. Relax. Take your time. Don't panic. You've gotten this far because you're ready to do this. If you've gone through a good training program, you wouldn't have let you pass if you weren't ready for what you're about to do right now. Alright? So let's just, take your time. Just don't put yourself in any situation you're not comfortable with. If you feel like you're not ready to be on your own, ask to go on the mentor's truck for another 2 weeks, or stay on your mentor's truck. Swift has a policy, once you hit 200 hours, which is the required amount of time to be on your mentor's truck, if you don't feel comfortable, you can open up your mouth and say something and stay on the truck for another 100 hours. Now, some people may say, oh man, 100 hours, that's a long time. But you think about it. Would you rather go rush and get on a truck that you're not ready for and go fuck something up, or spend another 100 hours to perfect your craft? And it's so funny because as students, we're so excited and so ready to get our own truck that sometimes we rush and do it before we're ready to. That's a life lesson in there, because a lot of times when you rush to do something that you're not ready for, you fall flat on your face. And in trucking, you cannot afford to do that. That's why you see majority of accidents coming from no experience to 12 months experience. And no experience to 6 months experience is what they told us. And then from 6 months to a year, it goes down. But then at a year, it goes back up, because then you get complacent. You like, oh man, I got a year experience. Let's get it. Now you fuck something up because you're getting too comfortable. So, just believe in yourself. You can do this. If you late on your first load, it's not the end of the world. Believe me, I was late on a couple of loads at Trans Am. You learning. You cannot beat yourself up for something that you have never done before. You just can't. It just doesn't work like that. You cannot beat yourself up for something that you have never done before. And again, stop trying to rush to get in that truck. If you don't feel comfortable, or if you don't know every single thing about the job that, or the company that you at, and the truck you getting in, every little detail, then you probably don't need to get off your mentor's truck. You probably need to go. Don't be ashamed to say that, man. Why rush off a mentor's truck? Your trucking career ain't going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. There's a saying I read. I was reading listening to an audiobook out of Kevin Hart's book. He said something. He said shortcuts will get you there quicker, but it's what you learn on the long journey that keeps you there once you get there. So don't rush to get to where you're trying to go, because if you rush and take the easy, quick route, you ain't gonna be there long. Trust me, I have a person in my life, I'm not gonna say their relation or their name to me, who came out here in this industry and was poorly trained, wasn't ready, and got in that truck, and now they no longer can drive the truck because they have been removed from their situation because they weren't ready. You can lose this career just like that, man. This is a very dangerous, highly skilled career. People say highly skilled. Yes, I say highly skilled because everybody can't drive a truck. So take your time, man. It's a beautiful career. It's a great career. It's a very rewarding career, but it is a career that you need to take your time and develop. Keyword develop. Hone your skills. Perfect your skills. Don't just take this shit for granted, man. But, you got that first load now. So be safe on these roads. Take your time and do your thing. Believe in yourself. But don't believe in yourself too much. That's called cockiness. And cockiness gets you nowhere. So, but as always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive, God Family Trucking. We gone.